This is good.
Turning away from the North Shore, we're going to fly back towards the very center of the island, Mount Waialeale, which is off our right front, rising up into the clouds. You can also see Mount Ho'opo out in the distance there, the outline of it. And that is the mountain we flew by earlier on in the tour, if you recall when I was talking about Pierce Brosnan. Not really, I was talking about that other guy. Pierce Brosnan has a house over in Honolulu. And he's the only one I've ever actually seen on the island. All the celebrities running around this island, they're always hiding. So as we get to the back, we'll be getting to the headwaters of the Honolulu River. So this is the same river that empties into Honolulu Bay, right there at Black Hot Beach, where the old historic pier is located. Lush, very green. The early Hawaiians did utilize this valley as an agricultural valley, and so they would walk up here. Not easy to get up here, but walk up here and work for a few days and then commute back to the shoreline. They did not prefer to live up here, and that's because it rains all the time, and who wants to live in the rain all the time, right? Also, they were very superstitious, and they believed that spirits dwelt in the deep, dark forests, and so avoided staying or establishing permanent settlements in areas such as this. So now, the north-facing mall of Mount Waialeale, what we're going to do is cross over this ridge. This is now the highest point up on top, 5,243 feet. And up on top there is a rain gauge, an automated rain gauge that measures that record rainfall. And it can be anywhere from 400 to 450 inches on average. Now what we want to do is approach the mountain from the northeast side, and that is so we can access the crater, the old extinct volcanic crater associated with the mountain called Waialeale. Alright, you can see now as we exit the crater these two arms, left and right, and they do form kind of an oval or a horseshoe shape. Now this side of the mountain is going to erode at a much faster pace than the leeward side. This would be the windward side. So most of the wind and rain blowing in from this direction, just off our front left. You'll also notice a lot of these albizia trees up here, especially off our left front and behind us as we exited the crater. These are trees that were brought from Malaysia about 100 years ago, and they were brought here to help reforest the island. The island had become badly deforested during that period. And so these trees were brought in and seeded on the lowland areas. But these trees are very self-propagating, and the ones up here spread all on their own. They spread on their own up here. And also they're very fast-growing. They grow about 6 times faster than the average tree. They are considered invasive now, and the state of Hawaii is taking measures to diminish the numbers. How they're going to do that up here, I'm not exactly sure. Aircraft. Off our right side low is all along the section in here is where they do the Kauai Adventure Tour company does the inner tubing. So you might see the van situated up here where they transport folks up here and float down these old irrigation canals that have been here for about 80 years. Also left front of the aircraft out in the distance there is the Sleeping Giant. That's that haystack feature on the top of that mountain over there. And there's a hike that goes up to the top, the east route and the west route. I recommend the west route, the one on this side. Goes up to the base of the haystack feature. And so I recommend that as a nice family hike. There's another trail that goes up to the top of that haystack feature. It's called the Goat Trail. Not one that I would recommend for everybody, but you take a look at it and decide if that's something you want to do. It can be a little bit scary. It's a little more technical, so a little bit scary. Left side of the aircraft is the South Fork of the Waialeale River. Right side is the Tesla solar farm, and that is a solar farm that was built about 4 years ago. And what that one does is charge batteries during the day, and then that electricity gets distributed at night. Alrighty folks, I have turned off the microphones as we have entered the controlled airspace for Lihui, and so we will be landing in just a few minutes. I do want to thank everybody for flying with me today. Once again, my name is Mark, and I hope you enjoyed the tour. Now once we touch down, just remain seated. The ground staff will approach the aircraft. I'll look at your doors for you. I will be opening my door when I shut down the aircraft because I have to also shut down the air conditioner. It can get quite warm in here if I don't. But just remain seated. Don't go anywhere. Once again, microphones are off.